What if I told you that the modern woman's obsession with money isn't actually about money at all? Sounds confusing, right? Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, and I promise you'll never look at success the same way again. We've been told the same story for decades. Get the degree, build the career, chase the paycheck. Financial independence equals freedom. Money equals power. Wealth equals happiness. And for a while, women believed it. They fought for it. They built empires, climbed corporate ladders, and filled bank accounts. But something strange started happening around 2020, a shift. A quiet revolution that didn't make headlines but changed everything. Women started walking away from six-figure salaries, from corner offices, from the very thing they were told would set them free. And everyone started asking, why? Why would anyone leave financial security behind? Are they crazy? Are they ungrateful? Are they making the biggest mistake of their lives? The answer is more fascinating than you think, and it has nothing to do with money at all. My name doesn't matter. I'm just a storyteller who's been watching this shift happen in real time. I've spoken to dozens of women who made this choice. I've analyzed the data. I've studied the psychology. And what I found will challenge everything you believe about modern women. Let's start with Sarah. Fake name, real story. She was a marketing director at a Fortune 500 company, made $200,000 a year, had a corner office, a parking spot with her name on it, the whole package. One day, she's sitting in a boardroom listening to yet another presentation about quarterly earnings, and she realizes something terrifying. She feels absolutely nothing. Not happiness, not sadness, just empty. She looks around the table at her colleagues, all successful, all wealthy, all completely checked out, and she thinks, is this it? Is this what I worked 15 years for? 6 months later, she quit. She now runs a small pottery studio in a town you've never heard of, makes $70,000 a year, and she's happier than she's ever been. Here's the question everyone asks. Why? Why would someone trade money for pottery? It doesn't make sense on paper. But humans aren't spreadsheets, and women, in particular, are wired differently than the systems they were forced into. The Industrial Revolution built workplaces that rewarded machine-like behavior. Show up on time. Do the same thing every day. Don't ask questions. Produce, produce, produce. And women were told, this is success. Fit into this machine. Become like men. Leave your emotions at the door. Focus on the numbers. For decades, they tried, and many succeeded brilliantly. But here's what the machine never accounted for. Women are not machines. They never were. And pretending otherwise came at a cost nobody talked about. The cost was themselves, their intuition, their emotional depth, their connection to something beyond spreadsheets and quarterly reports. And eventually, the bill came due. Psychologists call it the rival fallacy. It's the illusion that once you reach a certain goal, you'll finally be happy. Get the promotion, then you'll be happy. Hit the salary target, then you'll be happy. Buy the house, then you'll be happy. But here's what happens. You arrive, you get everything you wanted, and you realize you feel exactly the same, maybe worse, because now you have no more goals to chase. No more illusions to believe in, just the quiet, terrifying question. Is this all there is? For modern women, that question became impossible to ignore. But let's go deeper, because it's not just about emptiness. It's about something far more fundamental. Women are leaving the money chase because they're realizing that money was never the thing they were actually chasing. Money was a symbol, a stand-in, a placeholder for something deeper that they couldn't name. What were they really chasing? Security, freedom, respect, validation, love, purpose. And here's the brutal truth. Money can buy versions of all these things, but it can't buy the real thing. Money can buy a house. It can't buy a home. Money can buy attention. It can't buy being truly seen. Money can buy comfort. It can't buy peace. Money can buy experiences. It can't buy presence. And women are waking up to this distinction faster than anyone else. There's research backing this up. A 2023 study from the Journal of Consumer Psychology found that women are significantly more likely than men to experience purchase regret when buying status symbols. Not because they spent money, but because the purchase didn't deliver the emotional payoff they hoped for. They bought the designer bag hoping to feel confident. Instead, they felt still insecure. But now with a bag, they bought the luxury car hoping to feel respected. Instead, they felt still unseen, but now in leather seats. The math wasn't mathing anymore. But let me tell you about Maya. Different story, same pattern. Maya was a lawyer, top of her class, worked at a prestigious firm, billed 2,000 hours a year, made partner at 34. She had everything the magazines told her to want, and she was miserable in ways she couldn't explain to anyone. Because how do you complain about success? Who wants to hear the wealthy woman talk about feeling empty? The thing that broke her open was her daughter's 5th birthday. She left work early, rare for her to make it to the party. She walked in as they were cutting the cake. Her daughter saw her, smiled, and then went back to playing with her friends. And Maya realized her daughter had stopped waiting for her. She'd stopped expecting her to be there. She'd adjusted to her absence. That night, Maya did something she hadn't done in years. She cried, not because she was sad, because she was terrified. Terrified that she was building a life her daughter would remember her being absent from. She's now a public defender, makes a fraction of her old salary, comes home at 5 every day, and her daughter runs to the door when she walks in. Here's what the data shows. Since 2019, the number of women leaving high-paying corporate jobs has increased by 47%. 47%. That's not a trend. That's a movement. And the reasons they cite? Not better offers, not more money, quality of life. Time. Presence. Meaning. Connection. They're not chasing less money. They're chasing more life. But let me address the elephant in the room. The question that always comes up when I share this. Aren't they privileged to make this choice? Don't most women not have the option to walk away from money? Fair question. And here's the honest answer. Yes, some women have more options than others. But this shift isn't just about quitting jobs. It's about changing the relationship with money itself. It's about understanding that money is a tool, not a destination. It's about asking different questions. Not how do I make more, but how much is enough? Not what will this purchase say about me, but how will this purchase make me feel? And that shift is available to every woman, regardless of her bank account. There's a psychological principle called hedonic adaptation. It means humans quickly return to a stable level of happiness regardless of what happens to them, good or bad. Win the lottery? You'll be happy for 6 months, then back to baseline. Get paralyzed? You'll be devastated for 6 months, then back to baseline. Your brain is wired to normalize everything, which means the new car stops feeling special after 3 weeks. The bigger house becomes normal after 2 months. The salary increase just becomes your new regular after the first paycheck. Women are waking up to this reality faster than men because society has trained them to be more attuned to emotional states. They notice when the thrill fades. They pay attention when the excitement disappears. And they're willing to ask the hard question. If this doesn't make me happy, what will? And this is where things get really interesting. Because what they're finding is often the opposite of what they expected. They're finding joy in things money can't buy. Slow mornings, deep conversations, creative expression, time in nature, meaningful work that doesn't pay as well but feeds their soul. They're discovering that the things they thought they wanted were actually just things they were told to want. Advertisers spent trillions of dollars convincing women that products would fill their emotional voids. Buy this lipstick, feel confident. Buy this dress, feel beautiful. Buy this bag, feel worthy. And for a long time, it worked. Because women didn't have language for what they really needed. They couldn't articulate that the void wasn't a lack of products, it was a lack of connection, a lack of purpose, a lack of being truly seen and valued for who they were, not what they owned. But the language is emerging now, and with it, a new definition of success. Success isn't a number and a bank account. It's waking up excited for the day. It's feeling peaceful in your own skin. It's having relationships where you can be fully yourself. It's doing work that matters, regardless of the paycheck. This doesn't mean money is irrelevant. Of course, money matters. Financial stress is real and painful. But there's a difference between having enough and having more. Enough is peace. More is a treadmill that never stops. And modern women are choosing to step off the treadmill. Let me tell you about Priya. She was a financial analyst, made great money, hated every minute, but she couldn't quit because. Why? Because she'd worked so hard to get there. Because her parents would be disappointed. Because what would people think? Sound familiar? It's called the sunk cost fallacy. We stay in situations that make us miserable because we've already invested so much. But here's the truth. Those years are gone whether you stay or leave. The only question is whether you'll waste more of them. Priya eventually left. She now teaches yoga and runs a small online business. Makes less money, has more peace. And when I asked her if she regrets it, she laughed. The kind of laugh that comes from deep relief. And here's the thing about weight. You don't notice it while you're carrying it. Your muscles adapt. Your posture adjusts. You forget what lightness feels like until you put it down, and suddenly you realize you've been exhausted for years. This is what's happening to modern women. They're putting down the weight. They're walking away from the chase. They're choosing lightness over heaviness, even when lightness comes with less money. Now, I need to be honest about something. This choice comes with judgment. Lots of it. From family who think you're wasting your potential. From friends who are still on the treadmill and feel threatened by your exit. From a society that measures worth by wealth. The judgment is real. It hurts. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you wonder if you're making a mistake. But here's what the women who've made this choice told me. The judgment from others is nothing compared to the judgment they felt from themselves when they were living a lie. Nothing is more painful than betraying yourself every single day for a paycheck. Nothing is more exhausting than pretending to be someone you're not. Nothing is more lonely than being surrounded by people who don't actually know you. So yes, the judgment from others stings. But it's a temporary sting. The pain of self-betrayal is permanent. It follows you home. It keeps you awake at night. It whispers in your ear when you're alone. And modern women are choosing the temporary sting over the permanent whisper. There's a psychological concept called self-determination theory. It says humans have 3 basic psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy means feeling in control of your life. Competence means feeling effective at what you do. Relatedness means feeling connected to others. Money can help with these, but it can't provide them. You can have millions and zero autonomy if you're trapped in a job you hate. You can be wealthy and feel incompetent in the things that actually matter to you. You can be rich and completely alone. Modern women aren't rejecting money. They're refusing to trade their psychological needs for it. They're refusing to exchange autonomy for a salary, competence for a title, connection for a bonus. And that refusal is changing everything. Look at the trends. The rise of women-owned small businesses, the explosion of female solopreneurs, the move toward flexible work, the rejection of hustle culture, the embrace of slow living. These aren't just lifestyle choices, they're survival mechanisms. Women are building lives that actually fit them, instead of forcing themselves to fit lives that were designed for someone else. And here's the beautiful irony. Many of them end up making more money anyway. Not because they chased it, but because they stopped chasing it. When you do work you love, when you show up as your authentic self, when you're not desperate and depleted, people notice. Opportunities appear. Money follows. It's not guaranteed. It's not the point, but it happens often enough to be worth mentioning. When you stop strangling life for money, life sometimes opens its hands and gives you more than you ever got by squeezing. So let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, just in your own mind. What are you really chasing? When you strip away the ads and the expectations and the shoulds, what do you actually want?